Hey everybody, my name is Maria Lewis. I'm from Horse Cave, Kentucky, but live here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So I just want to talk about how I got into folklore and folk studies. So I am a library assistant at Library Special Collections at WKU. One day, Brent Bjorkman walked past and asked me about the forum that I was doing called Kinky Curly Astray about African American hair. Well, actually black hair. It's not just African American hair, it's black hair. He asked if he could record. I was like, well, why? He was like, well, hair and stuff is part of folklore. I'm like, really? I did not know that. I don't know much about folklore or anything like that. He was like, yeah. And then he also told me about Diane Inde, and I'm pretty sure I'm butchering her name, and I am so sorry. But she works for the Smithsonian, and she had this program called Will to Adorn. So he told me about that. So of course I had to go look it up. And she, went to different areas in Washington D.C. and I believe New York, and just talked about black hair, styles of clothing, and things in that nature. So having Kinky Curly Astray and being able to see what the Smithsonian was doing just made me feel like I can do that too. Like I said, I'm from Horse Cave, Kentucky, and every year Horse Cave has Horse Cave Heritage Festival. Unfortunately, they didn't have it this year because of COVID, but Horse Cave Heritage Festival. And so the students from the Folk Studies program and also Kentucky Folk Life program work at the festival doing porch talks or chatting on the porch. And so he said, like, maybe we should, talk about, like, maybe, getting together and come up with, like, some different topics to talk about, within Horse Cave, because I'm from there. So he gave me a chance. He gave me the name of Virginia Siegel. Hey, Jen. I talked with her about some things that we could talk about chatting on the porch. So I came up with some ideas. One idea was talking about Henrytown, which is an African American community within Horse Cave. That's where my dad grew up, and my mom also has some ties in that area as well. My grandmother lived there, my brother lived there, and I've always enjoyed listening to the stories that my dad would tell me. So I'm just like, let's talk about Henrytown. And so we did. And so they needed like other, topics. So I brought up like basketball, like another hair topic. So it's been pretty good, like working in conjunction with the students at WKU and also Kentucky Folk Life program, and also being a student myself to be able to do folklore and folk studies. And then when I had a chance to meet Miss Diana, Dr. Diana, like that was just so amazing. Like all the people that we've talked about within folk studies, like I've had a chance to meet these folks, and I've just been so excited. Like I never thought I would even get this far to meet these folks. It's so amazing. I think to get our stories out there, for me, there's just a lot of things that I don't know about the black community. I am part of the black community. There's just a lot of things that I don't know, and we need to talk about it. And just to give an example, I mentioned Henrytown. Once you go there, it's just like none of the things that my dad talked about, the restaurant, the school and everything, that stuff is not there. So we have to keep those memories alive. Like we have to keep that going. We have to still talk about these things, even though that building's not there or that person's not there. Those things, those people are still important in that community, and we have to keep it alive. We have to do it some way. So why not come into the community and learn about that community so we can keep those stories alive? So when grandkids and great grandkids come back and want to visit and be like, oh, this is what grandmama was talking about, in Henrytown. Oh, this is what my dad was talking about Henrytown. Like we need to keep those stories alive.